It's your boy Gackt Cognac back with another video. I'm going to show you how to fix this box, which is all scuffed up, and turn it into this box, which is a little bit more presentable. So get ready. First of all, a disclaimer, this method is not to fix your game to make it look brand new. This is just to fix up some of the blemishes and cover up some of the scuffs that you may have on your big box games. So do at your own risk. Here is what I do to kind of cover up to make it more appealing. So first of all, you are going to need some of these Paper Mate water-based markers or pens. You can find those at Office Depot. Get yourself some paper towel, and then you can take the black pen to cover up the black area of the box. I suggest only using black, and make sure this is not the permanent Sharpie markers, because permanent Sharpie markers have this like purple hue to it because it is an oil-based pen, and it will leave like a weird color to it. So what you want to do is use this type of pen, which is water-based Paper Mate black felt tip pen right here. I use a more finer tip so I could get some of the smaller spots easier, and you kind of just like dot around the white marks, and then you just scrub it off with the paper towel. So you kind of like smudge it around, and that way you're not concentrating the whole marker in one place and causing it to like bleed in and be darker than the other. So you just mark a little bit here and there, and then you just run across it with the towel to kind of smudge it all to make it look more uniform. And then like the bigger spots like these, you kind of just like dab into it around. You don't got to fill the whole thing up. You just keep doing it until you smudge it around and get it to the right color to kind of hide some of these blemishes. Now with the camera showing, it's not going to show that it hides everything because it's so zoomed in. But if you actually like zoom out a little bit, it's actually going to look a little bit better to the naked eye. So when you're watching this video, you're going to see like, oh, it's still going to be like hella spots that you missed. I actually didn't want to cover everything, because if you cover everything, it's going to look kind of fake. So at the same time, from far away, it doesn't look as bad. So do that at your own caution, and don't blame me if you mess up the box. I suggest just trying out a box that you don't care about and seeing how it works for you first, as I always say. This part is a little bit harder right here. So like you got to dab into it, and you got to wipe away from the white areas. That way you don't smudge the white, you know. So watch, I fill this part in, and then you take the towel and you wipe away from the area, like let's say the parts that you don't want to get smudged on. See, I wipe the opposite side, so that way you don't mess up and get the black on the white that you don't want it on. So same thing over here. You cover up the top, you wipe away once again from the P, so that way you don't smudge the other way. So you do that a couple times, it'll fill in and it'll look a lot better than it did before. So like I said, you just want to like color it in a little bit, wipe it away. You don't let it bleed in too much, or else it's going to start looking like a darker color, and that's not going to look good. So you see that looking a lot better than before. Here's a little trickier spot. I'm using a Q-tip on this spot, or a cotton swab, because this part is actually not fully black. This is kind of like blending in with, you know, the reds and the orange, yellow and stuff like that. So you want to be like a little bit more fine tip to actually work with this. So what I do is just cover a little bit, and then I smudge it with the cotton swab to try to fill it in without blending in it too much and messing up the colors. You don't want to do it too much. So like I said, once again, it's at your discretion. I do it like this because I don't want a fully brand new looking box, because that's not what I'm achieving for. I'm just looking to cover a few things here and there. So when you look at the box from far away, it actually looks pretty decent. Now, if you're doing this and you're trying to like resell it, man, I suggest just saying that, hey, you kind of fix the blemishes with a marker and stuff like that. You know, even though most people probably can't tell, but for ethics wise, you probably should mention that. Anyways, over here, if you see this part, I'm using a little bit of red on there just to give it a little bit more red hue with the black, because it's kind of blended together. So I want to make it look as authentic as I can without ruining the art. Now, some of you guys you can't please, man. Some of you guys are going to be like, oh, man, you messing up the box, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can do whatever the fuck I want with the box, so why do you care? Anyways, once again, I keep on stressing the fact that you should only start off doing the black areas with the black pen. You would probably need a little bit more artistic skills, and that's where my skills come in, because I've taken art classes, I'm pretty good with painting and all that. Then I can mix certain colors and blend them in to make it look more authentic. But you do need more colors to work with. I don't even have that much colors to work with the entire box, so I only left it with maybe the red and the black. But you can buy these markers in almost every color possible. I think I've seen like 30 or 40 packs of these pens if you want to be a little bit more diverse and actually blend every color that you can with, you know, whatever game box that you have. That's probably like colorful. Unlike this one is mostly just like reddish, orange, and black. So it's like a lot easier to work with. But you can if you are good at it. But like I said, it's going to take you practice, and you should probably do it on a blank canvas beforehand. So here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. Like you can see I'm actually like drawing onto the cotton swab and then dabbing it in there. Because this part, if you draw right into an exposed cardboard without the lacquer on top or the paint on top, it's going to bleed right in there, and then you're not going to get a natural look. So what you want to do is you take the marker and then you start marking the cotton swab. And in my case, I'm actually doing with both the black and the red pen to kind of give it a blend, to make it give it more of like a brownish color. This part right here, I'm using the red. It doesn't 100% match, but I just wanted something to look, you know, to fill that part in. So I'm doing the same thing over here and just color in the cotton swab and then dab. Because if you don't, you're gonna like mark that thing all the way, and it's gonna like stick out like a sore thumb. So you can work on this a little bit more, but this is what I'm gonna do for now. If you're really good at blending, you could probably like get some more of the darker colors with the red and start dabbing it and give it a more cloudy look to blend in and not look so obvious. But from afar, it doesn't look that bad. Anyways, after all that said and done, here is what it looks like before I worked on the Time Crisis 3 big box. And as you can see, there's still all the scuffs on there and the dings and all the paint missing from the box art. And you can definitely tell there's quite a bit of blemishes on this box. So after that, here we have the finished product. If you look at it, not too bad, right? I left some of the parts out that didn't really need to be filled in, but the main thing was just to cover up the front, especially that P spot right there for the PlayStation, that part, and then the sides where I filled in like the red. And it definitely makes a big difference. As you can see, I wouldn't go too overboard with it. The main thing was just to kind of make it more appealing to the eye. So there you have it right there. Anyways, this is your boy Gackt Cognac signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Yeah.